Yeah, I'm Rob Williams, the National Chair of the National Shop Stewards Network. Today's our 10th annual conference at Conway Hall in London. And really, we want to bring the rank and file of the trade union movement with the militant leaders to discuss the issues of the day.
There's been a de-staffing programme going on in my industry now for a number of years. Most of you have heard of the McNulty report, commissioned under Labour, driven through with the Tories and the Lib Dems, and the whole programme was about taking 20,000 jobs away from families and away from the people of this country. Talk about we need coordinated action. Well, I think the bosses obviously had the earlier meeting, because coordinated action is going on right now, but it's the bosses' coordinated action. And we have to respond, and the RMT will respond, as we always do.
Those who seek to attack Jeremy Corbyn in his undemocratic coup want to take us back to the years of Blairite policies. Now, my union isn't affiliated to Labour, but our recent conference made it clear we will stand behind Jeremy and John McDonnell. We will stand behind them because they've stood behind us. They've been on every picket line. They've been in supporting of every dispute. And at our national conference, Jeremy Corbyn made a pledge, if elected, he will bring back national pay bargaining in the civil service. Those are the policies that we support. And it's not because of personalities. It's because of the policies that Jeremy Corbyn stands on that these people are going for. We have to be absolutely clear on that.
The outcome of the EU referendum has put the Tory party into crisis. Cameron's resigned, so we want to discuss how we organise to face down the rest of the Tories who have no authority or legitimacy.
What an absolute pleasure to be invited back on the 10th anniversary of your conference, and it's always a great conference. I can say that. It's always a brilliantly turned out conference and brilliant debate. But it isn't only the Two Sisters group we're up against, it's Samworth Brothers, who Kumaran works for. And I've got to say again, thank you for all those people who turned up at the rally last week. But 9,500 people within that company, being given a living wage by George Osborne. Thank you, George. You've done an absolutely fantastic job on that. Because what they've done, they've took away their overtime payments, they've took away their Sunday payments, they've took away bonuses, they've took away bank holiday premiums. All that's gone just so you can have $7.20 an hour. Absolutely, thank you, George. Remarkable.
And the main thing is why I've been framed to be suspended and then dismissed. Reason why I've been done is asking for the rights of the people who are working on the factory, on the shop floor. Because the first proposal, when it comes in like in a hall, we all went in there, everybody was quiet, and they were slowly saying, we're going to lose money, we're going to lose that much, that much, that much, in a nice way that we don't understand, but I understand that we're going to lose money. And I stood up and asked questions, and it clearly shows we lose night shift allowance, weekend shift allowance, and all the allowance, shift allowance and premiums, everything is going to go. And the people, when the second meeting come on, I seen people crying, and I decided I need to stood up and ask questions more and more until they decide to change the proposal and come back to the old contract. And I asked them, they told us we need to work on a Christmas day. I said, I will not work on a Christmas day. Why should I work on a Christmas day? When you're having a wine and you're enjoying yourself with your family, I will not walk down in here unless your chairman and your board of directors. You can take my wages, you can take my profit share, you can take my house, you can take everything. I might be in the street, but still I will fight. You know why? Because something is wrong, the people didn't speak up, I'll speak up for them until the end, and I fight until then. Thanks for giving an opportunity. Thank you.
With a massive 91.7% yes vote in our ballot for national strike action, we've given a resounding message of enough is enough.
Only yesterday, the chair of the Junior Doctors Committee, Johan Malawana, issued a statement of support to the NUT. And we doctors will march with the teachers on their strike rally, and Johan, the chair, will be speaking at their strike rally. We junior doctors started off on this whole journey from a relatively weak position a year ago. We were poorly organised on a local level. We were utterly inexperienced in delivering industrial action. But by God, we came a long way.
Some in the trade union movement tried to help the BMA. Matt Rack, along with others in the PCS, moved a motion at the General Council of the TUC to get a national day of action.
We submitted another motion on the question of the Trade Union Act and what the TUC should do in the aftermath of the bill becoming law. It was an issue that was debated at our conference, and our conference was very clear, as we have been all along, that regardless of the bill becoming law, the trade union movement needs to prepare to resist that bill, including all possible tactics. In our resolution mentions, for example, non-cooperation completely with the Act, but also planning for the cases where unions or groups of workers come into conflict with that legislation. And unfortunately, as I say, a bit of a constitutional row is emerging because it seems that the General Council doesn't normally operate on the basis of motions.
I'll tell you this much. When we're told we can't take action anymore because the law has said we're now criminals, we're in the same place we've always been. The fact that the law turns us into criminals, we have to deal with that. And we either follow with the law and say, well, we can't do anything anymore because we'll be criminals. And we become a club where we could write strongly worded letters, a bit like the TUC do. Although if you get the TUC on a good day, they might write 2 strongly worded letters.
I salute the teachers, I salute the junior doctors, I salute unions like PCS, RMT, ASLEV, Fire Brigades Union and Bakers Union for standing up for those members. But you know what I wish it was? I wish it was every single affiliated union in coordinated action standing up and taking this government on. That's what we need, coordinated action. Call it a general strike if you want, but that seems to frighten affiliated unions. I'm quite happy to call it coordinated action. But what we do need is when we've got colleagues in the NUT and the BMA taking action, then everybody should be taking similar action in their disputes on the same day.
But of course, as we know, there is also an attack by the Blairites and the Labour Party. The NSSN is an industrial organisation, it's a trade union organisation, but you can't be apart from these developments. Our position is to support Jeremy Corbyn and John McDonnell.
We haven't had folded arms in support of Jeremy Corbyn. I and others in the NSSN were outside Parliament, on Parliament Square this week in support of Jeremy Corbyn. Why? Why is this so crucial? Why have we gone further on this political issue than we ever have before? Because we know what is at stake at this stage. We know what a defeat for Jeremy Corbyn would mean. And we give Jeremy, and all of us in this hall, plead with Jeremy Corbyn, stand firm against the Blairites, stand in the leadership election that is coming, face down and defeat the Blairites, and give everyone some confidence.
But as well as that, then you will see loads of rank and file struggles that are taking place. There'll be workers in dispute speaking, so it'll be a fantastic day. Every dispute you can think of will be represented here today, but of course there are big issues as well. The issues on the order of the day is how to support Jeremy Corbyn politically.
And we are suggesting that the NSSN writes a letter of solidarity to Jeremy on behalf of this conference. Is that agreed? OK.
But if what I believe will happen now, if Jeremy stays strong, there possibly will be a split, and there may be a party led by Jeremy and 40 others that my union can finally align itself to.
But how do we take the Tories on now that they're in crisis?
I want to be unequivocal with these MPs. If you don't want to support our leader, then walk away. Nobody forced you to be an MP. People voted because they believed in you. Well, now people have stopped believing. And as far as my union goes, we will call for all of them to be deselected. We were the first union to nominate Jeremy Corbyn, and I'm telling you what, we'll still be with him when he walks into 10 Downing Street. Solidarity, comrades.
The Blairites are the agents of the Tories. They are the agents of the establishment and the capitalists. And we stand absolutely full square behind Jeremy Corbyn and John McDonnell. But we want to go further. If they win, then you get rid of the Blairites out of the Labour Party. Then you have a reconstituted Labour Party
that brings in all those who agree with Jeremy's anti-austerity message. This is a fight to the end. Just like the battle against the Tories is now a fight to the end. We make it clear where we stand. We stand against the Tories. Get rid of the Tories. Get rid of the Blairites. Bring the Tories down.
We need strong leadership, telling our members that if you need to take action, we will take action, regardless of what the law is saying. Because it does say, when freedom is outlawed, only outlaws will be free. And that's what we will be.